I am literally facing the sun right now. It is so bright. But bestie, this is sunset golden hour. Am I glowing? Am I radiating? Am I goldening? Well, it don't matter because we're not talking about me today. We are talking about you and your red flags. First red flag that you got, bestie, is the fact that you assume the worst. The thing is, humans are very familiar with negativity and we are very curious with being negative, and that is why we interact and definitely get involved more when something negative is happening. That's why we love the tea, we love the drama. If somebody says, I'm tired, and then you're gonna say, you're tired too. But not often people say, oh, I'm happy, and then you're gonna say, you're happy too. I'm saying that because that's where assuming the worst comes from. We do it more than enough, it's gonna become part of our daily life. It comes from our subconscious and then to our conscious mind. The thing is, when you assume the worst, have you not noticed it doesn't usually happen? We're just trying to prepare ourselves for something bad that might happen, but it's not actually going to happen. It's just a way to make us feel safe, but it doesn't make us safe at all. I'm not gonna say for you to assume the best because you can't jump from the worst to best right away, but maybe assume less bad things. And then that red flag of yours can become yellow flag. And then eventually it's gonna be a green flag. Second red flag that you have is you people please more than you myself please. Let's say you forgot to ask for more lettuce on your burger, but they already gave you the burger and you don't want to burden them. So what you do here is you just eat the burger without lettuce and know that you're going to be unsatisfied after you eat the burger instead of literally having the solution in front of you, which is to just ask for lettuce, which takes you 1 second. That's the type of people pleasing that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about being respectful. It's definitely good to please people when it comes to respecting them. But when you're pushing it to the point that you're abandoning what you want just to please them, just so you don't burden them, then that people pleasing is definitely high up there. Let's say you didn't like the picture the photographer took of you. You're gonna say, oh, it's okay. But you hate it so much. Who is the blame gonna be on? Not on the photographer, it's gonna be on you because you will regret not saying anything. And you will just focus on that picture of yours that you did not like when you could have just retook the picture in less than a minute. So if you feel like other people are pushing you away when you're trying to ask or talk about your needs, let's examine how we are treating ourselves. Are we pushing ourselves away when ourself is telling us what we need? Third but not the least, this kind of goes along with the other point that I said earlier. You would rather self sabotage than communicate your feelings. Standing up for ourselves, it's not going to be pleasing most of the time for the other group. Because when we are standing up for ourselves, clearly there is something that we tolerated for such a long time that now we are deciding to step our foot down. Because if we already stepped our foot down the first time or the second time it happened, we would not need to have this pressure of standing up for ourselves for tolerating something that we didn't want to tolerate. Let's say you're in a relationship, you are clearly so bothered about this thing that your partner did, but you are so afraid to speak up about it because you're afraid that you're going to make them mad, you're going to make them upset. You see, there is a chance they will think that way. You will take care of yourself even if your partner is not taking care of you as well as you would like them to. This person that you are with, they are still asleep on the day that you said that you guys were going to hang out, and they agreed on it too. Clearly that's gonna upset you. And then when they wake up at 6 p.m., instead of telling them how you feel about how bothered you are because they didn't even bother to wake up earlier to hang out with you when this is your only day off, you're just going to just be sweet to them even though you are carrying this burden on your chest. You gotta know when to speak up before it gets so heavy, because if it gets so heavy, you're gonna end up sabotaging yourself because it will end up being so heavy that you expect to carry it all on your own, which you definitely can, but you do not need to carry it on your own. It will be half as heavy if you were already to tell your partner that what bothered you. If you kept carrying that burden and this happened again, then this happened again, because when you are carrying a burden that you're not saying to your partner, eventually you're going to want to break up with them because you don't know how to communicate your feelings, and then eventually you're sabotaging not only yourself but also the relationship. So those are the three red flags that I wanted to tell you guys about. But don't forget, these red flags that I'm mentioning, they don't need to stay red flags. You can make them yellow flags, you can make them orange flags, and eventually they're going to be your green flags. But now that we have acknowledged it, you and I, then we can work on it now. If any of these points definitely called you out, or if any of my tips help you somehow, Definitely subscribe to me for more content like this and more of me because I upload weekly on my schedule. But until next time, don't forget to always seek things to be grateful for all around you and especially within you. Thank you again so much, and all of my social medias are all down below. Bye.